Human sacrifice, dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria. That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over. What the fuck are we gonna do now? What are we gonna do?
Welcome to Forget Work, Watch Films with your hosts, Tony Howe, Thomas Connors, and Robert Connors.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the podcast. It's been a while. We nearly had to change our name to We're Furloughed, Watch Films, but no, the name didn't change and neither did we. I'm Tom. I'm hosting this comeback podcast. Say hi, boys.
Hello, it's nice to be all together.
What's up? We are social distancing.
Yes, we're 2 meters apart.
Oh, we fuck. We're probably about a metre.
I don't even know what a metre is.
Imagine someone with
just feel me leg, you know.
Someone with really short arms stretching them out. That's the distance.
Thing is, do you know what? Right, jumping in. Is it even legal to do this now? I don't know.
Let me keep this moving
because it is.
It's not.
Of course it is.
No, it's not. It's not.
If you're like 2 meters
apart.
apart.
No, it's not.
We're not.
The law is 2 households with up to 15 people from each. This is 3 households.
All right.
Right, okay. But, listen, I don't want to sit here and talk about the pandemic because we all know about it. But we haven't done a podcast since 27th of March. Tony, this is the first time I've seen you since. How are you? How have you been? Has it been tough?
I think it has been tough. At first, I've been furloughed, and I know we've all been furloughed for different amounts of times. I'm back furloughed again.
We actually have a couple of listeners in America now. Can you just explain to them what furlough is?
Do you not do furlough in America?
I don't think so, no.
Well, if you don't do furlough is where you're off work, but the government are paying your wages.
Yeah.
Which, who thought? I didn't think miracles could happen.
Yeah.
The government.
Yeah, which were basically miracles could happen. Were basically weeks 1 and 2 when we were absolutely fantastic. We were all off. We were communicating through.
Anyway, they do it in America.
All right.
Carry on.
We were communicating through House Party and Zoom.
Yeah.
And then once you got to like week 5, 6, and you'd read every comic and you'd watched every film,
50 quizzes,
and you'd done 50 quizzes.
Yeah.
It was starting to get tedious. I have been back to work since, but I'm now furloughed again. So, yeah, it has been hard. And I think it's been hard for a lot of people.
You know, so obviously if you weren't an essential worker, you were in lockdown in March. All non-essential work stopped. But as that happened, so obviously I was furloughed as well, but as that happened, Tiger King released on Netflix.
Do you know what? That seems so long ago.
I told you to watch it, didn't I? And that were back in
week 1.
But do you know what? Thinking back for me now, I know a lot of horrible stuff's happened, but obviously I've got a daughter. I have never spent so much time with her, ever. I've never had 3 weeks off work. So I'm spending a lot of time with my daughter. On a night, we just binge watched Tiger King. I'm thinking in my head, is this real? You know, I'm being paid to be off work, and you're watching the most bizarre program that nobody's ever going to forget.
That's good, but the reality sets in after about a month, and you start to think, am I going to have a job to go back to here?
Yeah, you start to worry
There's been a lot of uncertainty.
That's what I'm saying. In the beginning, you're like thinking, this is unbelievable. Not saying I was buzzing excited, but the situation you're in, and you're watching such a bizarre show, I'm just in my head thinking, like, when is that ever going to happen?
We don't want to make light of the situation because we do know people who... Tommy and Tony, you've been affected by it, haven't you, the coronavirus? So we're not making light of it, we're just saying we made the most of it being on furlough.
I think we all know people who've passed away from it, and we know how serious it is. We know very closely how serious it is, but
You've got to make the most of it, hands you dealt, haven't
now
you?
things are starting to move and improve, which has allowed us to get together and restart this podcast.
Slightly illegal, but if everyone can get at pub, we can do a podcast.
Slightly illegal. You should have been at Car Boot with me at weekend.
Do you know? Don't get me started on the people like that who don't follow it. It's been proper.
Well, anyway, let's
Rob. What you don't realise is Rob's been held up in his house with windows shut. If you've ever seen Donut Dead, that was Rob's house.
No, disturbing.
He's had a shotgun.
So we're gonna keep this ship sailing. I can't really ask you what you've watched since the last podcast because it's been 3 months? April, May, June. Yeah. So I want you to take it in turns and tell me. I'll go first. Some of the best things you've watched while you've been off.
Well, I'm glad you said that because I thought that.
Yeah, some of the best things you've watched. So I tell you one film I watched the other week, and I recommend this to anybody who's got Netflix. Primal Fear. Richard Gere and Edward Norton's cinema debut. It's on Netflix. I can't believe I've never watched it. It is brilliant. Have you seen it?
I've never seen it, but it's an old
yeah,
film.
but it's
but
really
I've never
good.
Seen it.
I told my mum to watch it, and she texts me about 11 o'clock at night. Oh my god, what a film! It's a bit of a a murder drama. I'd definitely recommend it.
If you can hear that scratching, that's not what I was trying to get at. That's
my new puppy.
Tom's new puppy. He got a new friend to keep him happy.
Yeah.
It were either that or it were going to end up breeding garden by days. Right, things I've watched. Highlights. Obviously Tiger King. Right at the beginning. Can
you do a Joe Exotic impression?
No, I don't want to.
That goddamn bitch Carol Baskin.
Carol Baskin! Got me going now.
As far as I'm concerned, she's the biggest fucking terrorist.
What's that, Carol Baskin? You want my mattress? You want my safe?
That were the best thing ever. So I watched that. I watched the Michael Jordan documentary.
Yeah.
That were brilliant. That were fantastic.
Oh yeah, you know what? I forgot about that. They say this is what we're going round the table and reminding each other. The Last Dance. Oh, brilliant.
We've watched that much and seen, because obviously I've hammered box sets. I've brought old films out, but they were the highlights. Those two TV shows were Tiger King. If you've not seen it, watch it. It's amazing. And Michael Jordan.
Yeah, anybody who grew up in 90s, or basically who was alive in the 90s, was aware of the Chicago Bulls, yeah? And what's weird is, so I thought, you know what, screw it, I'm going to watch Last Dance. By the third episode, I thought, this is one of the most unbelievable documentaries I've ever seen. And I thought to myself, before I watched this, how much did I actually know about Michael Jordan and Dennis Rodman and the Chicago Bulls? Probably nothing. But you watch it, and I loved it.
Yeah, because it's a different sport. I couldn't tell you now what certain American footballers are. I couldn't really tell you really many basketball players. I couldn't tell you about ice hockey players, baseball players. These are massive sports in America. But you knew who Michael Jordan were. You knew who Dennis Rodman were. I even knew who Scottie Pippen were.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I had seen these people, but from afar.
But
they kind of transcended sport, didn't they? They were part of the 90s culture, pop culture.
Do you know what's interesting though is the die-hard Chicago Bulls fans, they'd never seen any of this footage. They say it's the greatest thing they've ever watched. It was such a gem, an unearthed. It was because basically what happened is the Bulls knew it were going to be their last season, the last dance, the last season. So they actually got a film crew.
Well, they weren't the Bulls last season, were it? It were this
old
guard,
the Bulls team, that prime team at their age. So they got a film crew to film the whole thing, but afterwards it got vetoed. No, we don't want to release it. Leave it. Let it lie. That's why 20 years later or whatever it is, they really.
Yeah, because I think when you looked at it and when you looked at actually the viewing figures for the actual documentary itself, you've got to remember to us, as outsiders, it were a very, very intriguing, interesting story. But you've got to remember there's still those loyalties in America.
Oh, yeah.
So, obviously, it did massive in Chicago and sort of the places that Michael Jordan were from. But obviously, it's for us, if we we probably wouldn't watch a documentary about
Man United or something.
Crystal Palace or something like that. As interesting as me, because you're sort of like loyal to your own team.
Well, it's funny because I've not seen it, but I thought it was quite similar to... They were a Class of 92 movie, weren't they? About United.
See, I've never seen that.
Surely it's...
I haven't watched it, but it was supposed to be good.
I bet it's fairly similar to that, really.
And like,
Do you know,
we would watch it because
let's go.
our loyalties lie towards certain other teams.
I'm going to go full circle here because somebody who were good friends with Michael Jordan back in the day, who briefly appears in The Last Dance, who also was in Space Jam with Michael Jordan. Do you know what I'm going to say?
Bugs Bunny?
My mate Bill Murray.
Oh God, how we got back to this?
Yeah.
This is supposed to be a reload.
Never dropped Bill Murray. But I thought, 6 degrees of separation. So basically, I know Michael Jordan via that. Do you know what I mean?
Well, in that case, I know Michael Jordan because I know you know him.
That's just how the coronavirus spreads, isn't it?
But do you know what I was going to say? I were on about this the other day. So I don't want to get too depressing, but once we get past this initial return podcast, we'll be fine. So for example, we met Bill Murray, we've been over it. Saw him, shook hands, hand round him, had a picture. How long until that's going to go back to normal now? He's never going to come near anybody out there. Ain't going to come near you. Comic cons, they've gone. Handshaking, done.
Well, it was like I went to. I had a supercar event bought for me by Claire. And it ran out end of July, and I was like, oh God, like, am I going to be able to ever use this? Obviously, they've restarted doing it. We went last weekend, but obviously there were proper, like, procedures. You all had to wear masks. There were proper disinfecting cars. But it were like, the guys who were there who were brilliant. And my automatic reaction is to shake somebody's hand and to say thank you, and, appreciated that, and went for a ride in Batmobile. It were amazing. Went for a ride in like Dom Toretto's car from Fast and Furious. But you want to shake these guys' hands and thank them, but you can't. And it's like,
it's odd,
that
isn't it?
to me, shaking people's hands is a massive thing.
Yeah.
So
if I meet a star, I want to shake their hand.
Yeah.
Because that to me is, I've had contact with that
every
star.
time we get on about the coronavirus, I'm going to bring it back in because people have just heard all about it. Carry on telling me, what else have we watched? So I tell you what I watched.
Go on.
The Mandalorian. And I thought it were absolutely incredible. It was so good.
See, I started watching it and I got a bit bored with it.
It were a western and it were done so well. Space western like Star Wars was intended to be. So good.
You've seen it?
No, but the only reason I haven't watched it is because I just don't do Star Wars.
See, that's always surprised me. And you're not a massive Star Wars fan.
I'm not. No, I'm not. But
I am. I mean, I was there. I watched them at cinema. I mean, you talk about films that you watch at cinema when you were like a kid and have like a massive effect on you. Them films.
Well, this is the thing. So I get in the hype and I get watching it, and then all of a sudden I just think, like Rogue One. It's a good film. But you know at the end when Vader appears and all the Star Wars fans, fuck me, that were amazing. I watch it and nothing. If I had a heartbeat monitor on, it'd be the same as watching. I have nothing there.
See, that were on again not so long back, and I watched it. Oh no, I got it on Blu-ray. I've already on Blu-ray to watch just before. Like, I got a massive load of Blu-rays off my dad to watch just before, we went into lockdown, and that was one of them. And I watched it again, and for some reason, I keep thinking this film should be amazing, and it's not.
Yeah, I suppose prequels are always going to have that stuff.
Well, anyway, Mandalorian, it is incredible. It's it's got similar Star Wars characters in it, but it's done in a totally different vibe. A really simple storyline about a bloke just earning a bounty. Watched anything else?
So, do you know what? So, when we went into lockdown, obviously a lot of things changed. You can hear somebody tied up, can't you?
Daisy, shut up.
Anyway, sorry. So when lockdown happened, a lot of things changed. Mega changed. But one of the things so the cinemas shut down, and everything that was going to be in the cinema came out online. So there were tons to watch. Disney's Onward. I really enjoyed that. I thought that was really good.
I think that was one of the last things I watched on last podcast. I enjoyed that.
Onward.
I
really
fell asleep.
Good. I finally watched Invisible Man. Really good.
I haven't watched that.
That's good.
Should watch it. It's good.
What else did I watch? I finally watched Fantabulous Emancipation of Harley Quinn or whatever. Didn't understand it whatsoever.
Can't help you.
I don't know where they're going with that.
Can't help you.
Look, Harley Quinn, Margot Robbie, yeah, it's a good casting. I just don't understand it. It's like you can't just, for me, and I'll be brief with this, you can't just pick up and choose Batman rogues, rewrite them and change them. Let's chuck them in this film. They've got, it just don't work for me, do you know what I mean? But, yeah.
I just thought it was just such a pick and mix.
Yeah.
It were all about it. It were all round her.
Oh, and I tell you what.
And it were like, they wanted to make a film, excuse me, round her.
Yeah, it
but
didn't work.
didn't want to risk it, so they filled it full of all these other characters.
And I'll tell you what I'm watching right now. I've got 2 more episodes to go. And I'm late to the party because I didn't want to watch it. I didn't want to commit. Surviving R. Kelly.
Not seen it.
And yeah.
I watched it with Daisy.
How many episodes there were? Because you mentioned.
I think there's only a few. Isn't
No,
there?
there's 2 seasons.
Can I tell a funny?
It's got 2 seasons.
Can I tell it? Yeah, there's a part 2 in there after he got charged. Can I tell a funny story, by the way? So,
do you think it's got Bill Murray in it?
No, I know exactly what he's going to say.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I know.
yeah, but it's a mental story.
on.
I'm a big. Can I still say that? I'm an R. Kelly. I'm an R. Kelly fan.
Yeah,
I've always liked R. Kelly. He's been one of my favourite singers. I bought every album. Big fan. But what he toured the UK once. Came to UK, his first gig in about 15 years because he's got a fear of flying. So I booked tickets and he were at a little gig in Manchester. Yeah, so me and my wife, not my wife at the time, but we went to go and see him.
Your other wife.
Yeah, Carol Baskin. No, but me and my missus went to go and see R. Kelly, yeah? We're queuing up, buzzing for it. I nipped at car to go and get something. This is only a shit little theatre in Manchester. I nipped at car to go and get something, come back and there's a bloke talking to my missus. I thought, hey up. Anyway, he walks off, I come over, I says, what was that? It's R. Kelly's bodyguard. Is it? Yeah, he's asked if I want to go backstage. And I went, well, what did you tell him? I said, no. He goes, you said no, why did you say no? It's R. fucking Kelly, you could get us backstage. It's like, I don't think they'd want you backstage, Rob. I said, yeah, but it's R. Kelly. And so I said, what did you say to him? He says, well, he asked for my email address, so I gave it to him. Stood in queue, gets an email straight there. And it said something like, girl, you got a fine ass. With his number, and his name was Knuckles. Short little American guy, looked hard as fuck. So, anyway, we left it. Went to the gig, unbelievable. Afterwards, I hung around a little bit, and he came out, shaking people's hands, but he very bodyguards, no photos, keep your distance, pushing us away. In person, he were very intimidating. But somebody said, oh, Kelly, can I get a picture? Says, he ain't taking no damn photos, man. Move away. Covered in old jewellery. This is like 1:30 in the morning. He gets on tour bus. And I were in awe because I were a big fan. There were only about 6 of us there. But, yeah, so when this documentary comes out and all revelations... Because you got to remember, he was found not guilty before, years ago. And all you can go on is the legal, what you know. Rumours and shit like that. He's always had them circulating, hasn't he? But
that
now,
guy is definitely a sex offender.
Yeah, but now I watch this documentary and you get the facts, and I think to myself, Jesus.
Yeah, but the problem is...
But can I just add, by the way, my missus is of legal age. It wasn't after...
That's why he didn't get in.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
It should have been 14, he'd have been straight in.
But for somebody, when you're watching this documentary and you think... Because we've still got the email now, and it's in the letterhead it says R. Kelly tour management and shit like that. It's a funny story. But
yeah, but
that's how Katie nearly got raped.
By R. Kelly. So what? He just watched. I couldn't believe it. It's R. Kelly.
Yeah. Have you?
No, but let me just say. But I think we R. Kelly and that. It's one of those known secrets. We are Kelly.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that's
it's like when Barry Manilow came out as gay.
Yeah. It's like
yeah, but this is what frustrates me. It's like all this with Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp does drugs. Whoa.
Yeah, it's exactly the same.
No. These stigmas come out every single song R. Kelly does.
I'm going to bring this back on track now because we're diversing about...
Yeah, but you find me one song where R. Kelly doesn't sing about sex. He's always had a mystery of like he married a Leah.
Yeah,
at
it's
15.
one
We
thing
all
to
knew.
sing about it, and then it's another thing to rape
Yeah,
children.
but we all knew, didn't we? That?
Anyway,
That's all I'm trying to say. Is everybody knows.
I've been watching Power, the TV series. I think you'd love it, Tony. There's 6 series, and I'm nearly at the end of season 5. It's pretty good.
See, when
Season 5 is a bit boring.
when shows get that far in, I don't know if I can give them my time. Do you
No,
know
but
what I
no,
mean?
but you know there's a cap on it.
Yeah,
If it was
I suppose.
Walking Dead, season 13 and still going. No,
50 Cent is brilliant.
I've watched All Power, and I would reviewing it on here while it were ongoing. I said everybody should watch it. It's an easy show. It's not Game of Thrones. It's not Lost. It's a simple drug dealing, gangster driven. It's an enjoyable show. Good soundtrack. You'd like it because there's a lot of sex scenes.
Ooh.
Yeah, there is. It's good, and I'm not going to spoil anything what happens at the end. But the end is a very big sort of mystery.
Can I just
go on.
slightly tangent off using those?
Is it
words
about
that you
R.
said?
Kelly?
No.
Is it
it's
about
not-
Bill Murray?
No.
Is it about coronavirus?
No.
Go on.
I watched something today. I don't know if you guys have seen it. Project Power.
Oh no, I have seen the trailer get listed. It's a new series from.
It's basically a new
Yeah,
Netflix.
The trailer looked very spoilerific,
Hold on,
so I
stop.
didn't watch it.
Is it to do with the show Power?
No. But it obviously has the word power in it. That's what made me.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Oh, you watched
We're
it?
getting
Oh,
mixed
I've
up.
watched the trailer.
There's one called The Book of Power, which is the power
Yeah.
spin.
Oh,
No,
right.
it's a new show. I don't know if it's a
Oh,
TV series
yeah.
or a film.
No, with
It's
Jamie
Jamie
Foxx.
Foxx.
Yeah.
What's his... thinking Gordon Levitt.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yeah.
Oh, I've seen a picture of it, and I thought, fucking hell, Jason Gordon-Levitt's in Power now, but it's something
Yeah,
different.
no, it's called Project Power.
Right.
It's basically superheroes. It looks like Power meets Heroes.
That'd
That's
be
what
good.
it looks like to me.
He's
Trailer
brilliant. Him.
Looks immense.
Jamie Foxx and Jason Gordon-Levitt are brilliant.
Yeah.
Who the fuck's Jason
Oh,
Gordon-Levitt?
what's his name?
Joseph.
Joseph. Easy mistake. Is there any? Go on, sorry.
So that was it. That I just wanted to say, keep your eye out for that. 'cause
Is there
it
anything
looks
else?
amazing.
Anything else we've watched? I mean, you can pull
Well,
things out of the depths of your
tell
brain.
you what
It's
I
been a
watched.
while.
Tell you what I watched, and it were a BBC nature documentary, right?
Anyway,
Can I just say, I didn't watch it. I didn't watch it all. I only watched half an hour. It was just on telly. But do you know who narrated it? Sean Bean, right?
I love Sean.
No, do you know what? Genuinely, so it were about seasons changing, right? And do you know when it towards the end of the episode, he goes, "Winter is coming," and it started showing changing. He goes, "Winter is here," and and it got me thinking, what a fucking tragic shame Game of Thrones is. I'm not going to go into that. But
Well, I think we've covered.
no,
So-
do you know when you hear his
Yeah,
voice
yeah.
on documentary?
Well, it's like
Is
when
it-
you see him on Tetley advert.
anything else you want to
No,
know
but
about what you've
Winter
been watching?
is coming.
Well, what I wanted to say were, obviously, covering on what you said, cinema's obviously closed, so there were no new films at cinema, but Netflix put a lot of films on.
Yeah, they have.
And there's probably loads I watched, but one of them, which I did watch, which were obviously brilliant, Extraction.
Oh, yeah,
right.
that were
How good
exceptional.
were Extraction. I think there's a few others that have been.
Do you know what? They need to make more films like that. A modern day hero, action star who looks like he could have been in 80s because you know what I mean? Like he's like Arnie. You believe it
Yeah.
when you're watching it because
You know,
he's
I
massive.
thought it were good. I thought it were really good. But I must admit, I did get a bit bored in places.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it were very for the John Wick
Well,
generation.
because I was going to say that. We said ages ago, every now and again, something happens in movies or TV that changes the rest of them.
Yeah.
So this de-aging technology, that always appears.
Yeah.
But we're in a new era of stunt work, aren't we? And camera work. That is very, very John Wick-esque. And I'll
Yeah.
tell you what happens a lot in films now. It fucking happens in every movie I watch. Somebody will be driving and you'll see a shot from side of them and an oncoming car comes from side. That
Yeah.
happens in every
Yeah, there's a
movie,
lot of
doesn't it?
them. But there's a lot in that film. There's a lot of one shots,
Yeah.
if you know what
Oh,
I mean.
yeah, big
Sweeping
time.
shots.
But done very well.
Wondering when they're in an apartment block and kids running away and Hemsworth's taking them all out in the apartment. It's like the raid. You know for a fact the only way they can be doing this is if they're handing the camera over between two cameramen in tight spaces and keep it moving. There's a few clever cuts in there, but the majority is impressive.
Just while we're on about Netflix and all, I watched the Eurovision film with Will Ferrell. I thought it was hilarious. It's funny.
It's on my hit list.
It's funny.
But it's getting right mood to watch it. I've heard it's brilliant.
It is so funny. It's done really well. It's one of them films where it's like, it's just a solid kind of, it's made well and it's funny.
I'm going to watch it. It's on my list. I watched, again, Popstar. Never Stop, Never Stop.
Do you know what? I've been listening to Lonely Island at work today and I've never seen that film.
Have you not?
Yeah.
I've seen it before, but
it's not amazing, but there's the thing with those guys is there's always classic bits in it. And it's not a film that you'd think, oh my god, that's going in my top 10.
That bit
it's just classic bits.
He's released his album and it's gone tits up and he's pissed off and he has a pad. He's like, turn the camera off, but the audio's still rolling. And he's like, wait, is that a bee? Dude, look at the size of that bee! And the camera's black. It's the mother bee! Get the fucking flamethrower!
So,
that is hilarious.
Before I move on, anything else you've watched you want to mention?
I can't think, but there's...
I know, there's loads, isn't there?
It's like when he said Tiger King, and then when I obviously said about Michael Jordan.
Extraction.
It seems that we watched so much right at the start.
Yeah.
I watched tons when we first went in lockdown. I was watching
I'll keep it ticking on then. I wanted to give a shout out on this episode to people who've been listening and new listeners and stuff. We've got a listener over in America who seems to be a fan of the show called Susan. Say hi to Susan.
Hi, Susan.
Hey, Susan. Hope you're well. Hope you're keeping safe in this coronavirus epidemic. How you doing?
She's been messaging us on Instagram a lot, letting us know what it's like over the pond, and she's found our podcast on Instagram. She's been working from home for months, and she's a big fan of the cinema, and she's disappointed that the cinemas have closed, but aren't we all?
Well, yeah.
She were looking forward to Top Gun 2, but aren't we all? So, yeah, send your support to Susan.
Interesting thing with Susan, she works at a television studio. And sure, when things back on track, because you say, shows... Tony's looking at me like I'm taking piss. I'm not, I'm being genuine. That's pretty cool though, isn't it? You know, like...
Yeah, we've got...
It's like our dream.
We've got the old school listeners like Paul and Carl Ireland. We've got JJ, who's going through a rough patch. Just stay strong, JJ. Yeah.
I'd like to make a shout out to Dave Woodhead. He's one of our listeners who puts us on Ecclesfield Radio.
Is that the guy who said we're a bit sweary?
We are a bit sweary.
Well,
that's usually from you.
No, actually, I ain't sworn this week.
And Noel, who we all know as he's back at work and he's making a chart on customers, which did
I heard about that.
Keep doing your chart, Noel, because we love that.
So if we can give you 45 minutes every week on our opinions on films and it helps you even a little bit, then it's worth doing.
And if you enjoy this podcast, please, send whatever donation. No, I'm kidding.
Share it, talk about
all right,
it.
So
tell your friends.
I've kind of got a new thing that I wanted to bring in. I don't know if I'm going to do it every week because it depends how you guys do at this. But obviously, it's been a while since we've done a podcast, so I've tried to think outside of the box.
Yeah, close your eyes. Is this a sausage?
All right, so I've got 4 sheets of paper in front of me.
Oh, this better not be my idea.
With 4 films on it. So the first one is Die Hard. The second one is Pulp Fiction. The third one is Fight Club. And then Ghostbusters.
Why did we have to have Ghostbusters?
So, no, you get to pick. So basically, what these are, you guys are big films fans, yeah?
Yeah.
I want to see if you could be in the films.
Oh, this is my idea.
So,
right, before we get into this, how we're going to print the scripts off, not reveal what the film is, and you each read the script, and the first one as you're reading the script to realise what the movie was would win.
Well, that's slightly different, because what I've got here...
He's already told us what it is.
No, but I've got classic scenes with 2 people from the films. So you two are going to you're going to have a script each, and you're going to reenact the scene from the film. So you can pick what film you want to do. It's only a short clip. It's only a short scene, but I want to see if you can get into character. I can tell you what the scene is if you want to know.
I'm well educated on all of them films, so you pick.
I'll pick Die Hard.
All right, so the scene is John McClane is in the building. He's been attacked. the terrorists have taken over the building, but he's managed to get on the phone to a detective called Powell. Who's going to be Powell? Who's going to be McLean?
Well, I chose Phil, so I'll let you choose who's going to be who.
I'll be Powell.
So you can have a brief look over it if you need to get in character or anything like that. I'm going to count you in, and I just want you to work your way towards. It's only a page and a half, so we've got Tony starring as John McClane.
This could be new Die Hard relaunch. I'm ready.
No, okay. Let me just figure out a good thing that's going to work. What about this one? Oh, that's good. Right, okay. In 3, 2, 1. How many are there?
Figuring there's at least one to cover the lobby. A couple with the hostages. I'd said it came in with about a dozen, but they're down to 9 now, including the skydiver you already met. These guys are mostly European, judging by their clothing labels, and they're well-financed and very slick.
How do you know?
I've seen enough phony IDs in my time to recognise that the ones they've got cost a fortune.
Right, hold on. Can I just interject? It's from... It is Chicago or something.
Yeah, but I'm not from Chicago.
Yeah, but you're an actor. Fucking get in zone.
No, I'm too many guys now. I'm like Sean Bean.
Come on.
I know they're up and I don't know what the fuck it means, but these are badass preps and they're here to stay.
Right. I hear you, partner.
Just trying to add a bit of emphasis.
I hear you, partner. And LA's finest are on it. So light them up if you got them.
I'm way ahead of you, partner.
What do I call you? You know, we should have a third person narrating the scene.
Well, you could do narrating if you wanted to.
Alright. For a moment, McLean smiles. What the hell?
Roy.
Got it, Roy. Now listen. If you think of anything else you think we need to know, don't be shy, okay? In the meantime, I want you to find a safe place and huddle up and let us do our job. Understand?
They're all yours, Al. Good luck.
Whee! Harder than you think being in the films, isn't it?
And the Oscar goes to...
Me. Oh, good, that.
You can do another one if you want. They're only short. What do you think?
Well, you two guys want to... All right, Fight Club.
No, Fight Club is probably out of all these scripts. That's the one that's probably the one that's... it's basically the scene where Tyler Durden gets a Chinese guy on his knees with the gun, and his guy going, Raymond, what did you want to be? A veterinarian.
Go on, do you want me to be Tyler Durden?
Yeah, go on, Dad.
What's top of your sheet there?
Yeah.
Alright, so let's... 3. This is Fight Club with Tyler Durden and what's the guy called? The Chinese guy?
Hold on.
Raymond.
So we in between.
So I'll start off.
Narration, Red.
So I'll start off. You ready?
In 3, 2, 1.
Please don't.
Give me your wallet.
The clerk fumbles his wallet out of his pocket and Tyler snatches it. Tyler pulls out the driver's license.
Raymond K. Hessel, 1320 S. Benning, apartment A. A small, cramped basement apartment.
How did you know?
They give basement apartment letters instead of numbers. Raymond, you're going to die.
Tyler rummages through the wallet.
Is this a picture of your mom and dad?
Yeah.
Your mom and dad will have to call kindly... Your mom and dad will have to call kindly Dr. So-and-so to dig up your dental records, because there won't be much left of your face.
Please, God, no.
Raymond begins to weep, shoulders heaving.
An expired community college student ID card. What did you used to study, Raymond K. Hessel? Stuff! Were the midterms hard?
Tyler rams the gun barrel against Raymond's throat.
I asked you what you studied.
Biology, mostly.
Why?
I don't know.
What did you want to be, Raymond K. Hessel?
Raymond weeps and says nothing. Tyler cocks the gun. Raymond gasps.
The question, Raymond, was what did you want to be?
A veterinarian.
Animals.
Yeah,
Stuff. That means you have to get more schooling.
Too much school.
Tyler shoves Raymond's wallet back into Raymond's pocket.
Would you rather be dead?
No, please, no, God, no.
Tyler moves the gun right between Raymond's eyes.
No!
Tyler unlocks the gun, lowers it.
I'm keeping your license. I know where you live. I'm going to check on you. If you aren't back in school on your way to being a veterinarian in 6 weeks, you will be dead. Get the hell out of here.
Hey!
You know what? I remember the next bit off by heart. See, it goes, and then Edward Norton kicks off and says, "What the hell was that, man?" And then Brad Pitt turns around and goes, "Tomorrow will be the greatest day of Raymond K. Hessel's life. His breakfast will taste better than anything you and I have ever tasted." He gives him a reaffirmation.
I watched that.
Oh, I love that film.
I watched that during lockdown.
Believe it or not, I found it extremely difficult to find some scenes that just had two people in it because I just wanted to watch YouTube. I had Back to the Future, I had Terminator 2.
What about the one where he's, I would say, a good two-person scene, or I would expect a good person scene in that, is where they actually work out that...
No, are you going to spoil it?
Well...
Yeah, we'll not spoil
you know
it.
what I mean?
There will be people who aren't seeing
why
that.
don't you
When
just
they're both in hotel apartment.
Yeah, I know what you mean. So, why don't you do this one, Ghostbusters, and then maybe I'll get another one for when I host it next. Do you want to do it? It's a scene.
Well, you two guys do Ghostbusters because you know it better than anybody.
Well, you do...
I'll do Pulp Fiction.
No, you do the...
No, I don't think there is any narration over this.
Well, you two go for it because you two love
no,
it.
you can be the cast. You can be the casting agent. You choose who's who.
So it's Peter Venkman and Walter Peck when he comes to visit him. The
Well,
environment.
you be Peter, you can be Peg.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Oh, that's a wrong thing. 3, 2, 1.
Can I help you?
I'm Walter Peck. I represent the Environmental Protection Agency, the 3rd District.
Great. How's it going down there?
Are you Peter Venkman?
Yes, I'm Dr. Venkman.
Exactly what are you a doctor of, Mr. Venkman?
Well, I have PhDs in parapsychology and psychology.
I see. And now you catch ghosts?
Yeah, you could say that.
And how many ghosts have you caught, Mr. Venkman?
I'm not at liberty to say.
Where do you put these ghosts once you catch them?
In a storage facility.
And would this storage facility be located on these premises?
Yes.
And may I see the storage facility?
No?
And why not, Mr. Venkman?
Because you did not use the magic word.
What is the magic word, Mr. Venkman?
Please.
Please, may I please see the storage facility?
Why do you want to see the storage facility?
Well, because I'm curious. I want to know more about what you do here. Frankly, there have been a lot of wild stories in the media, and we want to assess for any possible environmental impact from your operation. For instance, the presence of noxious, possible hazardous waste chemicals in your basement. Now, you either show me what is down there, or I come back with a court order.
You go get a court order, and I'll sue your ass for wrongful prosecution.
You can have it your way, Mr. Venkman.
So, anyway, what did you think? Come on.
Very good, I think that was the best one.
Oh,
You're
God.
passionate about that film, you see.
Hey, no, you forget.
I bet you two could do that without that script.
You forget, right? This was once a job for me. I was in the Royal, Shameless, all shit.
There you both were.
Bad Mother's Handbook and all that.
Sorry about my squeaking.
I know, that's my little puppy Bruce. So, actually, that leads me into what I wanted to talk about. Film news. Everything's been delayed. Everything's been delayed. 2021 is going to be a massive year for films. There's so many things out. So many. There's a list I've seen, and it must be 30 odd films long. But one bit of news that's been floating around recently, I wanted to get your thoughts on, is the reason why I said my dog reminded me of it is because my dog's name Bruce Wayne, Michael Keaton, is potentially returning as Batman. What are your thoughts on that in the Flash movie?
And that is Flashpoint, isn't it? I don't know. Let sleeping dogs lie.
What? No, you're serious? Are you not slightly like, wow?
Yeah, I am. But you've got to look at the context of what he's appearing in.
I agree, yeah, definitely.
So, what you're saying is, oh yeah, that bit will be amazing when he returns to Batman, but in the context of what that film's going to be like,
well,
I don't know.
I said this. What you're trying to say is, and I'm going to use one of my famous Rob Connors metaphors here, I present to you a lovely birthday cake. It's got the greatest, it's a sponge cake inside. It's the greatest cake you've ever ate in your life. But I use dog shit for icing.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Doesn't it? You want to see the return of Keaton. You want to see how it is. But you know it's just going to taste like shit. Come on, give me that. Give me some skin on that one. 2 metre distance.
Yeah,
Skin.
I would say it's more like a salad that's got some nice, like, chopped ham
Bit
in
of
it.
garnish on it.
Yeah.
Do you know
nice
what?
garnish,
Do
but
you
the
know
rest
what?
of it's going to be awful.
Do you know what?
You're going to eat cucumber eventually.
Do you know what I think this is? Genuinely. I think this is Warner Brothers, their head honchos, have scratched their head like mad. How do we move forward? What do we do? We've got Gal Gadot, we've got Momoa, and now we've got Pattinson, we've got Phoenix. How on earth are we going to mix them? Flashpoint is the only option. And how do we put a spin on it to make it exciting? Bring back the OG Batman. Because I recently watched these movies, and especially the first one. They are brilliant. Aren't they? Especially the first one.
So what do you think? Do you think they're going to do?
It's going to be a mixture.
He's
isn't it?
allegedly going to be a bit of a Nick Fury character, where he's like leading them all.
Well, basically, they've done that. They did the Crisis, didn't they? In the TV shows where there were a big load of stuff about, there's bits appearing from here, there's bits appearing from there. We've got old TV shows in. Are they going to try to do the exact same thing, but on the movie screen?
I think
Are they
so.
going to try to connect Batman from 1986 to Justice League
89.
to Man of Steel?
1989. I agree, and it will be. It'll be a mixture of all sorts of things, but it's the only way forward for them. Put it this way: they could mix Pattinson's Batman with Phoenix's Joker, and add Keaton as his. So
Well, let's have a look at what we've got now. What have we got at minute? So we've got 1984 Wonder Woman coming out.
Yeah, Wonder Woman 1984.
So that rests in the Man of Steel Justice League Aquaman
But you know
universe.
for a fact that'll make money.
Yeah, you've then got Batman, Pattinson. Where's that lying?
Oh, and the TV show going alongside that.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Gotham Central.
Yeah, it's connected to that.
Don't care
And
about
then
that.
you've got Joker, which you've got to do another because it won an Oscar. How can you not
And it
do
made
a sequel to that?
and it made over a
Now,
billion.
are you going to link that with Patterson? Are you going to link them with... Do you know what I mean?
Got to. And do you know what I think could be
Hang
good?
on, sorry. Just thought of one more. Suicide Squad 2.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, do you know what it's called? Official name, The Suicide Squad.
Do you know what
I think it would be good. That.
You know what I think it'd be a good idea? I don't know if you were ever into this, but I used to absolutely love Batman Beyond. I read whatever comics I could. I watched every single movie, TV show. I loved it. So you imagine Pattinson as the Terry McGinnis character with Michael Keaton Batman as his mentor. That could work. Long as Pattinson's Batman works. But Flashpoint, I don't even think they care about the Flash. I think they just think, what, Ezra Miller ain't going to sell a film. He's shit.
It's as though...
Well, no, the Flash character is shit.
Well, especially when he's beating up women on screen. And,
Yeah, that's dodgy and all. No, but the Flash ain't going to go anywhere, is it? The Flash movie. Who's going to care?
It's
But
as
if you
though
have-
I don't care about it. I couldn't give monkeys.
But you put Michael Keaton in, your ears prick up.
Yeah, it does. I'm not going to deny that. But are they using that as a link to link them all? Is that going to be like the circle?
It is.
And everything links into
Because, have you seen who else is tipped to be in that movie? Jeffrey Dean Morgan as Thomas.
that. Yeah, I've
Wayne.
heard that, yeah.
That'll be interesting and all.
So that then links
Negan.
into Man of Steel, Justice League.
Yeah, it's the only way forward, isn't it? It's going to make perfect sense.
I wouldn't do it if I were Keaton. He's left his legacy's there, innit? Do you know what I mean? And those films
I don't
are
see
shit.
What point he's got in return.
No, when I say those films, I don't mean Batman and Batman Returns. I mean the current Batman Superman universe. They're just not up to scratch.
Yeah, but this is it. This might be the turning point. Because I know we're talking 1989 and we're in the year 2020. Keaton hasn't aged. Yeah, he's aged, but not that much. You see him and he still looks fairly young, doesn't he? I think he could. I'm not saying he could pull off being Batman, but he could still pull off Bruce Wayne, couldn't he? He's not old and frail, is he?
No, he could pull off like... what I heard...
25 seconds left.
What I heard, and I'll just wrap this up quickly, is he's going to be a Dark Knight Returns kind of Batman. Older Batman, bigger sort of like more mechanical suit. That's what I've heard.
Well, thanks for everybody for listening. We're back now. We're hopefully going to do this every single Wednesday. So if you've got any requests, any ideas, send them in. You could even be on the podcast. See ya. Bye.
Bye.